I got the court order blues. What's up, everybody? Here is part 2. You also want to go to James McMannis for County Sheriff's channel and watch his version of part 2. You also want to go to the Watchman's channel and watch his version. So here is part 2. Right where we left off, she has a picnic basket and it has some type of Batman attire in it. And she says, dress up for someone else, Batman. And that's where part 2 starts, and here we go.
Tell him to dress up for somebody else, Batman.
Jennifer's upset. She dated a cop too long. They would come in the house and tell her all the dirty things they would do to people, and she just got fed up with it. That's the blue line, though. Once you cross that blue line, they start coming after you. This guy's been on YouTube multiple times. I swear I've seen him at least three or four different videos. I don't remember if they were good or bad, so I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
If his wigs are in here, you can have those too.
Yeah, he wears wigs.
He's got a bunch of them. I ain't never one damn thing.
Batman mask. Is that how he makes love, with that Batman outfit on?
Not me.
You would know. You guys want me to set this down and help or what?
These are just
All right.
you can just let him deal with it.
He looks familiar too. I think he's been on YouTube also.
We're out. Yeah. So you tell him the deck of where.
Van Halen tattoos. He's got a Gibson Les Paul guitar on his calf.
Brian, see ya.
Probably a cop. What you got here?
That's my name, badge number. On the back is the case number
All right, sir.
related to the civil matter report that
You've
I'll
been
type.
pretty good today, man. I got to give it to you.
Anything that she's got, since you're acting as her agent, anything that she has that's a discrepancy that she says she didn't get, was damaged, have her document it, address it with the courts through the civil issues, with his attorney. I guess that's how this was originally arranged. That's what we were informed. So, but I would have her do a detailed report of anything that she says is missing or damaged.
While you were over there, she was pointing out some things in the garage, so
That she wants.
that's hers, supposedly. I don't know what's hers and what's not, obviously.
So, I mean, if there's no contention from him and he says she can take whatever, then she takes whatever. You know, if there's a contention, then they'll have to address it through their attorneys. You know, since they're here under court order anyway.
Well, wouldn't he be in contempt if he didn't let her get her stuff, though?
That would be between his
judge.
attorney, her attorney, and what a judge would decide on that.
I understand, sir.
You know.
Ooh, man, I miss those things. They don't even make those anymore.
Well, she's leaving it here.
The
Believe it or not,
guillotines?
there's kids that have no idea what that is.
The guillotine.
It's cracked. The deck's cracked on it, and it's got water damage, so she's leaving that here.
That is pretty cool.
I've already got shingles.
Yeah, for the most part, everything's been decent so far. This guy's been really good. What's your name again?
Kamadeka.
Kamadeka's been a pretty good guy. McMannis came out and said we're not allowed on his property. We tried to hand him our court order, and he just huffed and puffed and walked back inside. Hey, young lady. Young lady. Everything you're going to document and you're going to submit it to this gentleman right here. So you don't have to say it all on camera right now. We got it on camera, and you can make a nice invoice. I hear you. I hear you. Yeah, so this guy put all our stuff in the rain.
Okay. Got my photo album.
No, you're good. I understand.
James, she was pointing out some stuff in the garage. And he's saying, they're saying that if he contests that she can go in there, that they're going to have to settle it through court.
Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and document what's in here so she can have the video of what's in here that you're not giving her or she's not getting.
What specific items?
Yeah, I told her to do that pile first,
I
that's
can
all.
ask him directly, and then we'll go from there.
Jennifer. She's in a little tizzy right now. Hey, you. Jennifer. Let her get through her little emotional crisis here. You want to let them know what's in the garage that you're supposed to have?
Yeah, my cedar coffee table.
Cedar coffee table.
That big coffee table and base, and that gold settee.
Hold on, let me write
My son bought that coffee table at a yard
Coffee
sale.
table. What
Yeah,
else did you say?
just list it so we can get your stuff.
Gold settee, 1920s French, country French gold settee.
What else?
My double white stand, the yellow ones back there. I bought those. to
Double
my
white
kids.
stand?
Double whites.
Oh, lights.
Industrial whites.
Those yellow things?
Okay.
You can't see everything. Should I
Come
go
up here.
through my video inventory of the house?
You stand right here.
Right?
Well, I'm not
She actually has the right to go
trespassed.
in.
I actually have this as my address. so-
Pull it over and gives her the right to go in.
Okay, well this has gotten broken.
Her and her agents.
Another damaged piece of garbage. Two good pieces left in it.
What else?
Everything
What do you
else
have
is
here?
broken. That's my bird cage.
First cage.
Those are my Eastlake chairs.
Pittsburgh
Those
thing.
are 1890s Eastlake needlepoint chairs. They shouldn't be damaged. This is a mink. That's mine. That settee, that painting belongs to Deputy Bowman from where I liquidated his estate. He
So
and I
you're-
have a very good
So
relationship.
you're saying everything
By
basically
court
right
order,
here, right?
John was supposed to, no, that's all mine. Don't twist my words here.
That's what I just asked you. So
Okay.
you're saying everything right here is yours.
I didn't say everything.
Okay.
Don't put words in my
I'm
mouth.
not
This
I
guy-
am
he's-
naming individual
he's
items.
being really good, so-
Okay, okay.
I'm trying to ask you.
Settee,
Yeah, the gold settee.
the table, the box with the mink,
Box with me.
the
Boots
hat that's
with
in
the
it
fur.
belongs to Deputy Bowman. There's a reason I'm telling you this. My husband has a court order to have already have returned Deputy Bowman's items to
Well,
you.
that would be between Deputy
And-
Bowman and your husband.
In this video, yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
We got you.
okay.
Just get your stuff.
I can't
What
carry a
about-
lot
Well, let's
because
work on
about
this stuff
this
out
thing?
here first, and let's get this in, then we'll come back and we'll
Okay.
get all this stuff. Okay?
Oh, that's the cedar table. Okay.
I'm gonna leave this here because John has an order to return this himself.
So now he's gonna ask the deputy if
I can't
somehow
lift it, obviously.
he's gonna ask him if you're allowed to take that right now. That's what he said. That's where he's going right now. That's why he wrote it all down.
Anything yourself, just
Okay.
let's get the stuff loaded in the truck first,
That's
and then we'll
okay.
come back and we'll get all the stuff from up here, okay? But I need you to look through the boxes so we know what to put on the truck.
I'm just.
So, let's go ahead and get all this stuff in the truck in.
Everything on that wicker thing, call her. So, all right.
This is part of the bird cage. Obviously, John doesn't have.
I think your list is confirmed there, Jennifer.
None of that was contested, or
Okay, very good.
if there's anything else that you
He's
see.
got video on him today. He has to be accountable. See, it's an entirely different story.
If there's anything else on
than
it,
if
just let me
these
know.
guys want to
You got it, brother.
All right.
This going?
Yeah, we should take that. I'm looking for the boots, certificates of authenticity, and
They're in
the
the box.
jacket, and my mannequin. There are no less than 3 pair of boots with certificates.
Yes, there's
shirts,
one pair of
there's
boots in the
jackets,
box, and then there's boots on the
Certificates of
mannequin, and then there's
authenticity.
another set of boots.
Certificates
next
of
to it.
authenticity.
Yes,
They're
they're with
worthless without them.
Yes, they're
They
with it.
they need to not be damaged like everything else you've managed to damage, please. Where are they?
They're in one of those blue
I'd
boxes.
like to see them physically, in person, on video. Thank you very much.
Well, you can do that down the street.
No, they're going to do that here.
So,
Everything's going to be documented, and this time, you're the one that's being audited.
okay, fine.
So we would like to see. I'm here to get my things, and I have the right to see them.
It's in a box. It's in a box. They're on the top.
Why don't you let him
It's laying
locate
there.
those?
So,
Because that's the next thing I'd like to see.
Is he saying they're inside the house?
No, he's saying that they're outside here.
yeah.
Okay.
They're on top of one of these boxes. 5 yards.
That's how he skags, buddy?
get my wicker furniture?
Here's the boots.
Where's my wicker furniture and my
here
fire
is
pit?
the certificate right there. And the wicker furniture's on
Where's
the
the
side
rest
of the
of
car.
the certificates? This is only one. I have certificates
They're
for
with
every
they're
item.
with the
I need to see them all. These are extremely valuable. You've already
right there.
ruined, I think, a couple $1,000s we've counted so far. Thank you.
Here's the wicker stop.
Oh, this lingerie chest sold on eBay for $375 one time, and my son stopped the sale to give it to me, and look at it now. Wow. There's another $375 left out in the
Write it all down, and this gentleman's gonna look into it.
It's been in the house.
Yes, sir. Yes,
It's been in the house and it was covered.
Maybe you should file the taxes the right way and pay for some of this damage you caused. Perhaps. Perhaps that ain't
Love is like oxygen.
I would help you with that.
You get too much, you get too high. Not enough and you're gonna die. How's my tone sound through the mask?
There's a sofa. What has this been sitting out in the rain? I need new cushions. Please document that.
Moldy cushions. Moldy cushions.
Of course he put it outside. That's how he was careful to take care of everything. Okay. Those are destroyed.
You good, Rich? Yeah. You sure?
Coffee table is destroyed.
So according to him, everything else he's looking for is right there.
Okay.
By
Where, at the front
by
door?
the front door.
All right, sir.
Like I said, according to him. So
No problem. Appreciate your guys' professionalism, man. I really do. We don't run into too many professional cops. They're usually very escalative.
had no reason to be escalated.
All right. Spread that throughout the department, man. Us auditors will disappear. We will disappear right off the planet. We won't have nothing to do,
Very vintage
right?
and very.
You know what auditors are, right?
I do.
So think about this. We go and videotape, not me specifically, but a lot of the guys that go out in the field, they go videotape post offices, right? So if nobody acted out and nobody did nothing, who's going to watch a video? Someone walking into a post office and videotaping the pamphlets. Nobody. But what happens is people can't control themselves. They lose their mind because the camera's not mounted to a piece of drywall. It's in somebody's hand instead. There's a study that just came out. You're on camera on average 35 times a day.
Or more.
On average throughout the country, because you got an average in New York with Montana.
Sure.
So on average, and if you live in New York, it's probably hundreds of times a day. But on average, 35 times a day. But for some reason, when you walk up with one in your hand like we do, the cops lose their mind. That's what we were expecting today, that you guys are going to lose your mind, defend him because he's one of you. And I'm pleasantly surprised that you haven't done that. You're showing good for the department.
Not my first time being videotaped in 27 years of being
27? How long with Gaultieri?
3 years.
Are you allowed to give an opinion about him?
Nope. I can give you an opinion that I like my job.
Do you really?
I like my career.
Do you really?
I've been doing it for 27 years.
Oh, well,
I
that's-
retired from one and started all over again. So I like.
What do you like about it?
I like the aspects when I get to help people.
What about the enforcement of victimless crimes? How do you feel about that?
I really don't have an opinion on it right now, and
And you're in uniform, right?
you're not gonna pull me into anything.
I'm not trying to pull you. I'm talking to you like a man. I just happen to have a camera on.
Well, I got you.
When I say victimless, I mean like someone's doing 10 over, let's say, and that fine, or 15 over, and that fine is $260, let's say. A lot of people don't make that much in 1 week.
Correct.
So there's no victim. They can't face their accuser in court. There's no damages to anybody. But somehow the state thinks that they get to steal somebody's money for not doing anything to anyone.
Well, if you can get the state laws changed, then you have
Well,
to
we
work
need your
on it.
guys' help, dude. You guys have the monopoly on power. We don't.
We're not against y'all, but what we're
Nobody
against
said
is
you were
the
against
kind
us.
of stuff happens to me and has happened to me because it's wrong.
And like I explained to him, anything that you find that you believe is damaged or ruined or
Write it down.
We're going
Write
to
it down.
document that, but it's not just that. It's the 8 last years of my physical health and my mental health that were damaged too. So all of that needs to be brought to light. It really does.
It will. Just not in the driveway.
Well, you can help.
All right, so there is the end of part 2. I just got off the phone with James McMannis. Subscribe to his YouTube channel, James McMannis for Pinellas County Sheriff. That's the name of his channel. Also subscribe to The Watchman. He always comes out whenever I need him on a moment's notice. Does what I need him to do. We always have a good time, and we always see Lamborghinis for some reason. Anyway, I got off the phone with McMannis, and he told me that McGonagall, the white-haired guy, used to be a plainclothes detective, and he was abusing the data, some type of police data system, being lazy or doing it on purpose, and he got demoted to wherever he's at now. Plus, he was in the article talking about All in the Family because he has a daughter and son who are also Pinellas County Sheriff's deputies. Kamadeka, who I thought was being a decent guy, which he was being a decent guy in this encounter, but turns out he worked for Lake County Sheriff's up in Indiana, I believe, and he was serving some unconstitutional drug war warrant, and when they were approaching the house, Kamadeka knocked on the door. There was a tile layer in the kitchen and somebody else. They both came to the door. They opened the door at the same time, and he immediately fired on them. One shot went through the one guy into the other guy, and there's Kamadeka, and his story changed up and down. James told me the whole thing. He must be like some type of genius. He remembers everything. And these guys have a seeded past, obviously. So even though they were good in this encounter, overall, Kamadeka actually shot somebody who just opened the door. So there you go. And I also have a little bit more commentary that I recorded earlier. Hopefully it's not too much. Please listen to this, and love you. Bye. Love is like oxygen. You get too much, you get too high. Dress up like Batman, you gonna die. Love gets you high. How's it going? Oh, hope you like part 2. There's part 2. Please go to my Etsy store, John's Coin Rings on Google, or hit the link in the description. If you haven't watched part 1, watch part 1. I'll put that in the description. Subscribe to James McMannis for Pinellas County Sheriff and The Watchman. And go to MadeiraBeachCigarCo.com if you want to order Delta 8 or cigars or whatever you can buy in a smoke shop, because she owns a smoke shop on Madeira Beach. She's actually a very nice lady. She's very frustrated and has gone through some stuff with this guy. Plus, the police are following her around right now, trying to pinch her for anything. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. In part 3, probably tomorrow, the finale. Peace and tranquility. Bye.